Ability and perseverance are the weapons of weakness. Niccolo Machiavelli. You are not a lamb. You are a lion in disguise. Yet you parade as prey, offering your throat to the wolves. You confuse kindness with strength, compassion with power. But in the arena of life, softness is a liability. It invites betrayal, exploitation, and ruin. You must burn your goodness to rise from the ashes as something formidable. Consider the countless leaders who faltered because they mistook empathy for authority. Their smiles were shields, but their enemies saw them as vulnerabilities. In the ruthless world of power, every act of kindness without strategy is a crack in your armor. Your enemies do not honor your mercy. They exploit it. Every day, you make choices that shape your fate. A job offer, a relationship, a confrontation, each is a battlefield. Your hesitation, your desire to please, your fear of conflict, these are the weapons your adversaries use against you. They know your weaknesses, and they strike when you least expect it. You must learn to see every decision as a tactical maneuver. Your life is a chessboard. Every move counts. You stand at the crossroads of your destiny. To remain in the comfort of your softness is to surrender your potential. To embrace ruthlessness is to seize control of your life. You are the general of your fate. The enemy is within you. The fear, the doubt, the hesitation. Conquer it, and you command your future. Repeat after me. I am the master of my fate. I am the architect of my destiny. I burn my softness to forge my strength. The greatest victory is that which requires no battle. Sons, your mind is not a sanctuary. It is a fortress under siege. Every thought is a soldier, and you are the commander. Will you let chaos reign, or will you impose discipline? The enemy is not outside, it is within. The invaders are your unchecked impulses, your fleeting desires, your distractions. If you do not control them, they will control you. Consider the fate of rulers who lost their thrones not to external enemies, but to their own minds. They were consumed by envy, swayed by flattery, paralyzed by indecision. Their thoughts were not their own. They were puppets to their emotions and whims. They failed to guard their minds, and in doing so, they surrendered their power. In the modern world, the battlefield is no less treacherous. Social media bombards you with endless distractions, pulling your attention in 1,000 directions. The constant noise erodes your focus, your clarity, your sovereignty. If you do not master your mind, it will be mastered by the world around you. Your mind is a kingdom, and you are its sovereign. Protect it, fortify it. Do not let envy, distraction, or sentimentality breach its walls. Guard your thoughts as you would your most valuable treasure. The cost of failure is your own downfall. The reward of mastery is unshakable power. I am the sovereign of my mind. I command my thoughts. I guard my inner kingdom. The greatest victory is that which requires no battle. Sons, you awaken to the battlefield of your own mind. The world sleeps, but you rise. The dawn is your first conquest, the morning your first campaign. While others surrender to sloth, you seize the day with the precision of a seasoned general. Your rituals are your weapons, your discipline, your armor. Machiavelli, in his exile, crafted his most profound strategies, not in the courts of power, but in the solitude of his study. He rose before the sun, not to bask in leisure, but to engage in the intellectual warfare that would shape his legacy. His mornings were not for indulgence, they were for preparation. He understood that the early hours set the tone for the battles ahead. In the modern arena, the stakes are no less dire. The distractions of the digital age are the new invaders seeking to breach the fortress of your focus. Social media, endless notifications, and the lure of procrastination are the enemies you must confront. To lose control of your morning is to surrender the day. To surrender the day is to forfeit your potential. Your time is your territory. Guard it fiercely. The morning is your first line of defense. If you allow the enemy to breach this, the rest of your domain is vulnerable. Rise with purpose. Engage in rituals that fortify your mind and body. Physical training sharpens your strength. Mental preparation hones your focus. Tactical review aligns your strategy. These are not mere habits. They are the preemptive strikes that secure your victory. Remember, the cost of failure is not just the loss of time, it is the erosion of your power. The reward of discipline is mastery over yourself and your circumstances. You are the commander of your fate. The battlefield is within you. Repeat after me. I command my mornings. I fortify my mind and body. I will secure my victory. The first method for estimating the intelligence of a ruler is to look at the men he has around him. In the stillness of the mind lies a battlefield more treacherous than any external war. While the world clamors with noise and chaos, the true strategist remains silent, observing, calculating. In this silence, decisions are made not in haste but in deliberate contemplation. The ability to pause, to remain unmoved by the surrounding turmoil, is a weapon more potent than any sword. Consider the quiet predator, moving through the shadows, unseen yet always aware. While others react impulsively, driven by emotion and haste, this predator watches and strikes with precision. In the realm of strategy, this stillness is not passivity, it is the calm before the storm, the moment when the chess master anticipates the opponent's move. History is replete with examples of leaders who understood the power of stillness. Napoleon Bonaparte, known for his rapid maneuvers and decisive actions, also understood the importance of timing. He would often wait for the opportune moment to strike, allowing his enemies to overextend before delivering a crushing blow. This patience, this ability to remain calm amidst chaos, was a cornerstone of his military genius. In the modern world, this principle remains relevant. In business, politics, and personal relationships, the ability to remain calm and composed allows one to assess situations without bias, to make decisions based on logic rather than emotion. This is the essence of strategic thinking, to act not out of reaction, but out of calculated intent. To weaponize stillness is to master the art of patience. It is the ability to observe without being observed, to listen without being heard. In this silence, one can hear the whispers of opportunity, the subtle movements of the enemy, the shifting tides of fortune. This awareness, born from stillness, is the foundation upon which great strategies are built. Thus, embrace the quiet, seek the moments of solitude, not as times of emptiness but as opportunities for reflection and preparation. In the stillness, sharpen your mind, hone your strategies, and prepare for the battles ahead. For in the end, it is not the loudest voice that commands respect, but the quiet strength that emanates from within. Silence is the sword of the strategist. The ends justify the means. This phrase is often attributed to Machiavelli, but it does not appear verbatim in his works. However, in The Prince, Machiavelli discusses the idea that actions, even if morally questionable, can be justified if they lead to a successful outcome. For instance, he writes, "For although the act condemns the doer, the end may justify him." The discourse is I-9. This reflects the notion that achieving a desired result can validate the methods used to attain it. Machiavelli's writings often explore the complexities of power, leadership, and morality, suggesting that rulers may need to employ ruthless tactics to maintain control and achieve their objectives. He emphasizes the importance of pragmatism and the effective use of power, sometimes advocating for actions that prioritize the stability and success of the state over traditional ethical considerations. While the exact phrase, "the ends justify the means," is not directly from Machiavelli, the concept aligns with his political philosophy, which has been interpreted as endorsing the use of any necessary means to secure and maintain power. Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are. Niccolò Machiavelli. In the theater of power, perception is the weapon that precedes the blade. Your presence is your first strike, your demeanor, your shield. You are not merely a man, you are the embodiment of authority, the manifestation of command. Walk as though the ground bends to your will, for in the eyes of others, your posture is your power. Consider the monarchs of history, whose reigns were not solely defined by their armies, but by the aura they projected. The mere sight of their countenance instilled both awe and fear. Their gaze was a decree, their silence a verdict. They understood that authority is not granted, it is assumed, worn like a crown forged in the fires of perception. In the modern arena, this principle remains unchallenged. Leaders who command respect do not merely speak, they project an image of unyielding strength. Their attire, their gait, their very presence exude the essence of command. They are not subjects to the world. The world is subject to them. They are the storm that shapes the landscape, not the leaves that are tossed by it. To wield authority is to become the embodiment of it. Your actions, your words, your very being must resonate with the certainty of command. Do not wait for permission to lead. Take the mantle and wear it with the confidence of one who knows their destiny. Your presence should be a proclamation. You are the master of this domain. Appear as the lion, act as the fox. Niccolò Machiavelli. In the realm of power, vulnerability is a luxury few can afford. To feign invulnerability is not deceit, it is strategy. The perception of strength deters challengers. The appearance of weakness invites them. Cloak your insecurities in the armor of confidence. Let your doubts be shadows that never reach the light of day. This tactic is not new. History is replete with figures who masked their uncertainties to maintain their dominion. They understood that the perception of power is often more potent than power itself. By presenting an image of unassailable strength, they dissuaded potential adversaries and solidified their rule. In your own journey, adopt this mantle. Let your demeanor be unwavering, your decisions resolute. When faced with challenges, meet them with the composure of one who has already triumphed. Your outward strength will become the fortress that protects your ambitions. Fear is stronger than love. Niccolò Machiavelli. Charisma is the blade that slices through the fog of uncertainty. It is the force that compels attention, demands respect, and instills fear. To possess charisma is to hold the power to influence, to lead, to dominate. It is not a gift. It is a weapon to be honed and wielded with precision. Leaders throughout history have understood the potency of charisma. They knew that to inspire loyalty and command authority, they must first captivate the hearts and minds of those around them. Their words were not mere speech. They were instruments of persuasion, their actions demonstrations of their unyielding will. In your own ascent, cultivate this power, speak with conviction, act with purpose, and lead with the certainty of one who knows their path. Let your charisma be the force that propels you forward, the magnet that attracts allies and repels foes. Your presence is your first weapon, your perception, your shield. Commandment of the ascendant. Now, stand tall. Walk with the assurance of one who commands the very air around them. Let your gaze pierce through the veils of doubt and hesitation. You are not merely in the room, you are the room's center. Your presence dictates the atmosphere. Your perception shapes the reality. You are the lion in the midst of sheep. The storm, on a calm sea, your authority is not given. It is taken seized with the ferocity of one who knows their worth. Remember, in the game of power, perception is the first move. Make it count. The wise man does at once what the fool does, finally. Niccolò Machiavelli. You stand at the crossroads of your own ambition, the weight of each decision pressing down like the blade of a guillotine. In the arena of life, hesitation is not a mere flaw, it's a death sentence. Machiavelli's insight is clear. The swift and decisive conquer, while the indecisive perish. Consider the fate of Julius Caesar. When he crossed the Rubicon, he did so with unwavering resolve, fully aware that the die was cast. His boldness shattered the Roman Republic, leading to the rise of the Roman Empire. Had he hesitated, Rome's history might have taken a different turn. In contrast, leaders who delay decisions often find themselves ensnared by their own indecision. The longer you wait, the more opportunities slip through your fingers, and the more your enemies close in. To master this art, you must embrace the mindset of a predator. A lion doesn't wait for the gazelle to wander into its path. It stalks, pounces, and claims victory. Similarly, you must identify your goals and pursue them relentlessly, without hesitation. This doesn't mean acting recklessly. It means cultivating the ability to make swift, informed decisions. It means eliminating procrastination, doubt, and sentimentality from your psyche. In the world of chess, the greatest players are those who anticipate their opponent's moves and respond with precision. They don't wait for the perfect moment, they create it. Your actions must be deliberate and purposeful. Every move should serve your ultimate aim. If you hesitate, you risk losing the game. Remember, the battlefield is unforgiving. Indecision is a luxury you cannot afford. So, eliminate the obstacles within you. Silence the excuses, the fears, the doubts. Embrace the assassin within, the part of you willing to eliminate anything that stands in the way of your success. The world rewards those who act decisively. It punishes those who wait. Now, rise, make your move. The wise man does at once what the fool does finally. Make mistakes of ambition and not mistakes of sloth. Develop the strength to do bold things, not the strength to suffer. Ambition is not a passive wish. It is the relentless hunger of a predator, the insatiable drive of a wolf stalking its prey. In the shadows of your mind, there lies a beast waiting to be unleashed. But this beast must be fed, not with distractions or fleeting desires, but with purpose, strategy, and precision. Desire is energy. Suppress it, and stagnation wins. Your ambition is the fuel that propels you forward, the fire that keeps you sharp and focused. Without it, you become complacent, a sitting duck in a world that devours the weak. To thrive, you must feed this hunger daily, channeling it into actions that bring you closer to your goals. But ambition alone is not enough. You must learn to channel your aggression, to transform raw emotion into strategic action. Controlled aggression is the mark of a true strategist. It is the ability to strike with precision, to know when to advance and when to retreat. This is not about blind rage, it's about calculated moves that dismantle your obstacles one by one. Every move you make should serve your ultimate aim. Like a chess master, you must think several steps ahead, anticipating challenges and positioning yourself for victory. This requires discipline and focus, qualities that separate the successful from the mediocre. Remember, the world is a battlefield. Your competitors are not waiting for you to act. They are moving, strategizing, and striking. If you hesitate, if you allow your inner assassin to slumber, you risk being left behind. But if you awaken this part of yourself, if you become ruthless in your pursuit of excellence, you will dominate. So, eliminate excuses. Destroy procrastination and doubt. Make decisions that shock both allies and enemies alike. Every action should be deliberate, every move calculated. This is the path to true power. The cost of failure is steep, but the rewards of discipline are immeasurable. You have the potential to be a force to be reckoned with, to carve your name into the annals of history, but only if you feed the wolf within, only if you embrace your inner assassin. Feed the wolf within. All courses of action are risky, so prudence is not in avoiding danger. It's impossible, but calculating risk and acting decisively. You are not merely a player in the game of life, you are the architect of your own strategy. Every encounter, every decision, every word spoken is a move on the chessboard of your existence. To navigate this game with mastery, you must think several moves ahead. Anticipate your opponent's strategies and be prepared to sacrifice pieces for the greater victory. Consider the art of war. Great generals do not charge into battle without understanding the terrain, the enemy's strengths and weaknesses, and the timing of their assault. Similarly, in life, you must calculate every step. Predict your opponent's moves before they act, know when to advance and when to retreat. This foresight is not just about intelligence, it's about wisdom and experience. In the realm of power, sacrifices are inevitable. Some pieces must fall to win the game. This is not a callous disregard for life, but a recognition of the harsh realities of ambition. In the modern world, this might mean severing ties with individuals who drain your energy or resources. It could involve making decisions that alienate friends or allies for the sake of a greater goal. These sacrifices are not made lightly, but they are necessary for the pursuit of power. The endgame vision is paramount. Know the final board, align every action to it. Without a clear vision of your desired outcome, your actions become erratic and ineffective. Just as a chess master plans several moves ahead, you must align every decision with your ultimate goal. This requires discipline, focus, and an unwavering commitment to your vision. In this game, hesitation is your enemy. Indecision breeds weakness, and weakness invites defeat. To succeed, you must act decisively, even when the path is unclear. Trust in your strategy, trust in your preparation, and move forward with confidence. Remember, life is not a series of random events, it is a strategic game. Every encounter is a move with consequences. Play the game with purpose, with foresight, and with the determination to win. The ends justify the means. The wise man does at once what the fool does finally. Your mind is a forge, and every day is a hammer striking against the raw iron of your character. If you allow the morning to drift without structure, the metal bends, warps, and loses its strength. Discipline is not a suggestion, it is the fire that tempers you. Each habit you form, every repeated action, is a strike that shapes you into an unbreakable weapon. Modern warriors understand this. Champions do not rely on talent alone. They hammer their craft day after day, until excellence is inevitable. Imagine a smith at dawn, hammer raised, sparks flying, sweat burning the skin. This is your ritual. The forging of character is not glamorous. It is precise, relentless, and punishing. A single missed repetition is a crack in the armor. Mastery is the result of repetition. Repetition that becomes instinct. Instinct that becomes an unshakable shield against the chaos of the world. Every push-up, every disciplined thought, every moment of focus is a strike that builds the steel of your will. Endurance is your armor. The world is a battlefield, and temptation, distraction, and emotional turbulence are constant attackers. A fleeting indulgence or a surrender to weakness is a wound that festers, a vulnerability your enemies sense immediately. Historical leaders, from Roman generals to modern strategists, knew this truth. Resilience is forged, not granted. To endure is to survive. To survive is to dominate. Each act of resistance, waking early when others sleep, finishing what others abandon, is a plate of armor added to your body and mind. Without it, the smallest gust of adversity will topple you. Yet, true power comes from ritualized obsession. The predator does not strike randomly. It waits, moves with precision, and cultivates habits that make the kill certain. Your daily practices are not just routines, they are calculated maneuvers that accumulate into inevitable dominance. Morning runs, mental rehearsals, reflection and study are weapons sharpened by repetition. The warrior who moves with this obsession becomes untouchable, operating with lethal efficiency in every decision, every encounter, every interaction. Understand this. Forging an iron will is not a one-time act. It is a continuous cycle of creation and destruction. Weakness is destroyed with every disciplined choice. Strength is reinforced. The repetition does not bore you. It carves clarity into your mind, focus into your vision, and relentlessness into your actions. Every morning you rise and strike the anvil of habit. You declare war on mediocrity, hesitation, and chaos. Do not mistake comfort for stability. The world respects the hardened, not the complacent. Your body, your mind, your routines, these are your territories. Guard them, strengthen them, and make each day a ritualized conquest of self. Forge relentlessly, endure relentlessly, obsess relentlessly. Discipline is your blade. Repetition is your strike. He who wishes to be obeyed must know how to command. You must become untouchable, a fortress moving through the battlefield of life without fear, without hesitation. An invisible fortress is not built of stone or steel. It is the mastery of your presence, your actions, your mind. Every attack that comes your way glances off, absorbed by the strength you've cultivated through years of discipline, repetition, and ruthless self-command. Others see you advancing, unyielding, and they hesitate. That hesitation is your opening, your opportunity to strike, to dominate, to ascend. Your aura is unshakable. You project authority before a word is spoken. Modern leaders, from boardrooms to political arenas, understand that dominance is psychological. Presence dictates outcomes long before strategies are executed. When you enter a room, your posture, your gaze, the subtle cadence of your movements, all of it communicates inevitability. Allies follow without question. Opponents pause, second guess, and often retreat. This is not arrogance. This is precision. Every movement, every glance, every deliberate silence is a calculated act of command. But being untouchable is more than perception. It is action aligned with absolute control. You become the master of fate, responding not reactively but proactively. You anticipate, calculate, and neutralize forces that seek to derail you. Historical tacticians understood this instinctively. The greatest generals controlled both their armies and the battlefield itself. In modern life, this translates to making choices that remove vulnerability, to shaping circumstances so that the environment bends to your will rather than the other way around. Nothing external dictates your direction. Your focus is the law, your discipline the weapon. Every encounter is a test of your untouchable state. The moment distraction, doubt, or sentimentality slips through, the fortress cracks, the weak falter, the disciplined rise. Protect your mind and body as if they are citadels under siege. Advance relentlessly, but do so from the heights of strategic invulnerability. Your strength is silent yet unmistakable, lethal in its precision, magnetic in its control. Those who try to shake you find only the echo of their own hesitation. Remember, untouchability is cultivated, not inherited. It demands relentless rituals, unyielding focus, and the elimination of weakness wherever it lingers. Guard your inner kingdom, command your presence, shape your fate, become a living embodiment of inevitability. When the world tests you, do not flinch. You move unstoppable, sovereign over circumstance and enemy alike. Become the fortress no force can breach. He who is wise in battle and ruthless in command conquers both men and fate. You stand at the edge of transformation, where every lesson, every discipline, every ruthless choice you have made converges into a singular force. This is the apex of ruthlessness, the final form where your mind is a fortress, your body a weapon, and your presence a law unto itself. Mental fortitude no longer flickers, it blazes. Ritual precision is no longer habit, it is instinct. Predator instincts, honed through years of calculated hunger and controlled aggression, now flow like second nature. You are no longer reacting to the battlefield, you are the battlefield. Every encounter becomes deliberate. Every conversation, opportunity, and challenge is a chess move executed with surgical accuracy. Allies, enemies, and onlookers alike sense the invisible lines you draw, the traps you set, the inevitability you embody. In modern arenas, from boardrooms to social arenas, those who hesitate, those who waver, fall to the precision of the prepared. You carry the patience of a hunter and the decisiveness of a conqueror, knowing when to strike and when to hold. Hesitation is your enemy, control is your weapon. Presence becomes immortality. Your influence extends beyond circumstance. Your will shapes outcomes before others even realize they are being guided. Historical tacticians understood the power of presence. Caesar crossing the Rubicon, Napoleon commanding armies by intuition, Alexander bending the will of nations with the weight of his persona. Today, you translate this same principle. Your aura dictates perception. Your discipline commands results. Your ruthlessness ensures respect. The world moves around you, but you remain unshaken, untouchable, unstoppable. This apex is not born of luck. It is forged in relentless self-mastery. You have eliminated weakness, mastered stillness, fed the predator within, and commanded life with calculated ferocity. Every sacrifice, every precision strike, every ritual moment of obsession leads to this form, a convergence of strategy, discipline, and raw, controlled power. This is where the ordinary cease and the extraordinary rise, not through chance, but through unwavering, ruthless execution. The final battlefield is life itself. No distraction can sway you, no deception can undermine you. Every relationship, every opportunity, every challenge is a controlled encounter. You are the apex predator of circumstance, the master of strategy, the invisible force shaping outcomes. You do not fear failure. You anticipate it, outmaneuver it, and render it irrelevant. All that remains is the execution of inevitability. Your immortality is not in fame or legacy. It is in presence, in the silent yet undeniable gravity that surrounds you. You are remembered not for noise, but for the absolute command you exert. You are untouchable because you have internalized every principle, weaponized every habit, and merged every instinct into a singular, unstoppable form. The world bows not out of servility, but recognition of mastery. Become the apex no force can challenge.
He who conquers himself is the mightiest of all warriors.
You stand at the edge of your empire, the culmination of years spent sharpening your mind, honing your instincts, and forging a presence that bends circumstance to your will. The throne is not given, it is claimed piece by piece, by decision, by sacrifice. Every lesson you have absorbed, the silence that conceals strength, the ruthlessness that eliminates weakness, the predator's patience that waits for the perfect strike, now converges into one unstoppable force. You are no longer a player in the game of life. You are the general, the apex strategist, the embodiment of calculated dominance. Turn these lessons into your daily invocation. Begin each morning as a ritual of command. Silence your doubts, purge hesitation, summon your focus, and feed the hunger that drives action. Let these words echo in your mind as armor against distraction and fear. I am the apex. I strike with precision. I bend circumstances. Make this mantra as sacred as your own heartbeat, for repetition breeds mastery, and mastery breeds invincibility. The world bows only to those prepared to seize it. History has shown that respect favors the strategic, the relentless, and the disciplined. Caesar did not charm Rome with idle words. He conquered it with calculated audacity. Napoleon did not dominate Europe with chance. He executed every move with ruthless foresight. In modern arenas, from corporate empires to personal influence, the principle remains unchanged. Preparedness commands attention, and relentless execution commands respect. You will find no sympathy for weakness, only opportunity for those willing to act decisively. Every day is a battlefield. Every interaction, every challenge, every fleeting moment is an encounter in which your strategy and will determine the outcome. Live as the general of your destiny. Survey your terrain, predict your opponents, sacrifice what is necessary, and strike when certainty aligns with opportunity. Chaos may surround you, but it will never breach the fortress you have built within. You are untouchable, not because life is easy, but because you have disciplined yourself to become unbreakable. This is your invitation to war. The personal, invisible, relentless war for control, influence, and mastery. Do not shy away from it. Embrace it, cultivate it, and allow it to fuel every decision you make. The throne awaits those who are willing to endure, to act, and to dominate without hesitation. Legacy is earned through the courage to act decisively, the wisdom to plan relentlessly, and the ruthlessness to eliminate what stands in your way. Claim your empire. Strike with precision. Live as the apex.